This is so crazy. Okay, I got it. Oh, there's like people already here. Hello. And welcome to our lovely YouTube live, which is pretty crazy. I've literally never done one of these. So this is either gonna go super, super well or super, super south. Just for clarity for everyone here who's watching, it is 9 a.m. in Los Angeles, California right now. So we are going to make ramen at 9 a.m. in the morning. So hi, hello. Let me fix this so that we're not like so overexposed you can't see my face because, oh, it's not the light, it's just the sun. Okay, well, whatever. But hello, welcome. This is our first YouTube live. We got Peanut naturally in the corner because I feel like when I do any type of lives ever, it's customary that she's in here, and she for some reason always ends up showing up, like she just wants to hang out. So I think she's low-key obsessed with me. Just saying. But hello, how is everyone doing? I'm glad that we've got people here. I honestly wasn't sure if anyone was going to show up because we've never done a YouTube live, and it's 9 a.m. in the morning over here. But we've got a Starbucks situation. They changed the things that they put on the top. You know how they put those little like stickers on the top of your drinks? They used to be these little like circles that like stuck to the top kind of, and then you peel them off and you can drink it. You don't need to use a straw. They changed it to this like duct tape stuff that like essentially you pull it off and you just have the tape all over the mouth part. Not really sure how that makes any sense, but it's fine. We've got some coffee. Let me show you the setup here. Let me just show you what we are working with. We've got here, it's probably easier if I just take this off here. Look at this bad boy. This is gonna be our pot that we're cooking in. We've got some ramen over here, which I'll show you. We've got some extras and some cups. There's you guys in the corner. It's gonna be super sweet. How is everybody doing, by the way? Happy Friday. Mom is not here yet. She's probably here tomorrow. Oh, exciting. The pot period. We love that. This pot I got at a Korean supermarket for literally $10. I pretty much only shop at Korean supermarkets now, and I pretty much only eat Korean food. So we have like crazy amounts of like instant ramen in our cupboard because we're all obsessed with eating ramen when we are like, ooh, I want fast food, but like I don't want fast food. You know what I mean? Ramen's a good choice. So we have two different types of ramen. What we're gonna do basically for the stream, you guys asked for it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make ramen. I'm gonna show you all my secret tips and tricks. And you guys are free to ask any and every question you've ever wanted to do because our little family has grown exponentially over the last few years. Honestly, in the last few months, we had like, imagine myself when I was like 16 and I had like 1,000 followers and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. We have 50,000 people on here now, which is insane to me. This is a lighter. That's probably not. It matches my hat though. The chaotic energy. Anyway, but we have 50,000 people who are hanging out on this channel. And so I figured we would kind of get to know each other and spend some time together, let you guys ask questions because I don't get to like be on this platform in the same way that I'm able to be on the other ones. And I watch a lot of YouTube lives, mainly for video game streamers, but I figured this would be a super fun way to connect with you guys and let you guys kind of ask questions and hang out and become closer as friends. So I'm gonna make ramen, teach you all my tips and tricks, and you can ask any and all the questions. But first I need to light this thing on fire, and I'm very, very scared. We're using two different kinds of ramen today because I have this ramen, which I will show you. It is my favorite ramen on the planet, and anyone who thinks otherwise is an idiot. But we only have one of them because I ate all of the other ones. So, and my roommates, for some reason, are amazing, and they also want some ramen, so I need to make double the batch. So, And I apologize if I'm butchering any of these names. This is gamjatang. It is a noodle stew with pork bone and potato flavor by Nongshim. So I think that you could probably get it at like a regular supermarket or on Amazon, honestly. This is a spicy version. I usually eat the neoguri, which is like a spicy seafood flavor with udon noodles, which is banging. If you haven't had that, highly recommend. But this one is like when I don't want something super heavy. I really like this one. So this is a banging flavor. Okay, non-spawns, but hi, would not be opposed. And then this one is just honestly the closest thing I could get to the to the same vibe. This is the sesame flavor ramen by Otoki. And this one's really interesting because it comes with an egg block. By the way, none of this is even remotely vegan. So if you are a vegan, you should probably find a different ramen. I mean, you can do all of this with vegan stuff. I was vegan for a very long time. So you can most certainly make a banging vegan ramen. But we are not today because it's 9 a.m. and I'm hungry as all hell. So we're going to use the sesame flavor ramen and mix it up. It's going to be interesting because I don't know what these two spice packets taste like together. The good thing about this is it comes with the egg block, and usually if I'm having this one, I add an egg into the mix and then I like scramble it so it ends up making it really creamy because I can't have dairy. And the like rosé bulldog kind of vibe, like adding milk to a ramen makes it really nice and like bon appetit. But your girl can't have dairy, and when you add oat milk, it just tastes like oat milk. I tried it yesterday. I made my own tteokbokki. It wasn't bad, but like I definitely added the oat milk thinking it was gonna make it creamy. And then it just tasted like oat milk, so naturally I added more spices and then it tasted even worse. So I got something that tasted good at the end of it, but it was definitely one of those, like, you know, when you're doing eyeliner and you're like, okay, I need to fix this, so I'll just make it thicker, and then you end up looking like you got punched in the eyes, that vibe. So we're gonna do that. Usually what I add to my ramens is I'll add an egg, which we're not doing today because we have the egg block. I add scallion, which I buy a bunch of them, prep them, and cut them up, and then put them in the freezer. It's a life hack. They don't go bad if they're in the freezer, and you literally just throw them into whatever you're cooking, and they cook down, which is tight. We're doing some crushed garlic, also frozen. You could probably do this yourself, but I'm lazy, and I have no interest in doing it myself. Crushed garlic, frozen. I like it really spicy, so I had extra. This is gochujang, which is like a spicy red pepper paste. I really like this kind, specifically this brand. And then we have some seaweed. These are the pre-packaged ones because I didn't feel like cut. But basically the idea you're going to get through all of this is like, this is definitely more effort than just making the regular ramen, but it's like the least effort in the way you do it. Like, I could cut these up. Am I going to? No. So those are really good. And then you're going to add a little soy sauce. This is a lot of soy sauce, by the way. Look at the size of it compared to my head, bro. That's messed up. What? Oh my God. Anyway, you're gonna add a little soy sauce. I am convinced that the soy sauce adding to ramen gives it an umami flavor that you just can't get if you don't put it in there. Like every time I make my ramen and I don't do it, I'm like, something's amiss here. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna try to light this without setting it on fire, which I feel like might happen because I'm kind of an idiot. Actually, let me take this off because well, I've got to press it down and then turn it on. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm so scared. Oh my God. Okay, we have heat. I'm terrified. It smells like oil. I'm very scared. Okay. There's water in the bottom. So we're going to add some water to our container here. Woo! I'm going to turn this down though because it doesn't need to be that hot. Honestly, just kind of eyeball it. It tells you to use like a certain amount. I just kind of go until I like can't go no mo. You know what I mean? You're getting a really like great angle of just like a tissue box. But I can't like, there you go. Bon apple tea. Okay. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to get your water hot. Make it poppin'. Get the ramen all over the table. This one's a crazy ramen because it comes with 3 packages, which is insane, as you can see, which I'll show you in a sec. I just like have like chaotic energy when it comes to trying to do more than one thing at a time. You know, when I was younger, I really thought that I was like someone who like could multitask. And as I've gotten older, I realized that I am actually the worst at multitasking. Like, I can't do it. It's just not who I am as a person. I like to think that I can, but every time I try, something goes so wrong. So me setting myself on fire, like, would be a thing that would happen just to get ramen. Essentially, the noodles look like this. Yum, crunchy, goodness. And we have 3 packets. We've got flakes. We've got gamjatang sauce, salsa, and then we have the soup base. And then for the sesame one, let's see what the vibes are. How's everybody doing? How's our Friday going? Thank you guys for spending it with me, making ramen, when you could be doing anything else. I appreciate that you're here. It looks essentially the same, just different shape, which is a little stressful for me for some reason. Okay, we have the soup base for this one. We have some hot oil, which I really, really like this. And then we've got our weird little egg block. This thing is still like so odd to me. There's a lot of flavor packets here, so we might go like very chill on the spices we add, but I'm gonna say that now and probably do the complete opposite. So we're gonna throw these in the water. You're supposed to wait for the water to boil and like definitely have a bigger pan. Ooh. You know, I always thought that like if I was gonna be somebody on YouTube like making food, that I was gonna be like different. I always watch people make food on YouTube, like lives, and I'm like, LOL, it's always so chaotic. I don't understand like why. I'm realizing now that it's hard to do a lot of things at once, so this is gonna be very chaotic. I hate that it like disappears everyone's. Yes, I know. It does this thing on YouTube where it like makes everyone's chat like disappear if you don't immediately remember it, like read it and see it, which is really upsetting. I've never done a YouTube stream. I usually only stream on Twitch or like Instagram, but like this feels more like a Twitch stream type thing. And usually you have everyone's like comments in one space. You can just like scroll back and be like, oh, okay, I missed a bunch of people's things. I'm gonna go read them. Here they don't do that. They're like, you miss it, you snooze, you lose, sister. All right, we're gonna make sure that this is a clean cooking space because I have learned the worst part about cooking is having a dirty cooking space. It's just not it. So we're being chill. We put all of our packages into this so we can recycle it later. And now we're just gonna wait for the noodles to do their thing. I got some chopsticks. Fun fact, I bought these at the Korean supermarket like a while ago. They're like not round, they're flat. Because I used to use them when I was younger and I really liked them. So I got some and they're incredible. So we're just gonna move these around and hope that it cooks. Because I definitely did not get enough water for 2. Yeah, I was on Twitch for a little while. Basically right when quarantine started, I honestly was playing video games like it was my job at all. Friday, 7 p.m. over here. Self-isolation makes it. Oh, nice. I'm glad you're here to be entertained, hopefully. I'm glad you're hanging out. Self-isolation is a whole can of worms, so I'm fully with you, but I'm glad you're here, and hopefully it doesn't feel like you're by yourself right now. You've got me chaotically making you food, so it's fine. But yeah, right when quarantine started, I had just gotten a Nintendo Switch as a birthday gift. And I was religiously playing Animal Crossing. When I tell you religiously, I mean it got like kind of unhealthy to the point where like when I would go outside to like walk the dog or like, you know, see the outdoors back when that's all you could do. I would like see a butterfly and go, oh, that looks like Animal Crossing. Huh? Girlfriend, no, Animal Crossing looks like the real world. That's the point. But I was like playing it so much that it was like quite literally my reality, which is terrifying. But also like out of all of the games, Animal Crossing is pretty cute, so we'll let it slide. But I was playing Animal Crossing like it was my job. And when I wasn't playing Animal Crossing, I was watching people stream Animal Crossing. And it was my favorite thing on the planet. And so going into quarantine, like season 2, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm watching a lot of Twitch streamers, like, properly now. I have, like, favorites and stuff. I really want to learn how to play some more. Like, I've wanted to play Fortnite for a really long time, but I couldn't because I just had a Mac. I didn't have a PC. And I tried playing on the Switch, and it's a shit show. I can't do it. And I really wanted to try to play Genshin and, like, some of these, like, really, like, specific to PC games. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a PC. I'm going to get all the tools and I'm going to go streaming on the internet and just like see what the vibe is. Because I really was like indoors all the time, and you guys know, and if for some reason you don't, I don't have any friends. I have a really tough time making friends. I get very insecure and anxious and really shy. It just like freaks me out. Like talking to people freaks me out. I do it all the time as a part of my job, but it's terrifying. It's scary to make friends. And so this was like a cool way for me to like hang out with you guys on the internet and like play video games and like learn more things about myself. And so I deeply got into it, and I was Twitch streaming pretty much like 2-3 times a week. I was mainly streaming Among Us for a very long time, and then Genshin Impact I streamed all the time. I love Genshin. I will die on that hill. Genshin Impact is the greatest game of all time. And then obviously Fortnite. I have played Call of Duty. I usually play COD multiplayer, and I like playing that one. I don't really like playing the like storyline though, or really anything else. I really want to learn how to play Valorant, even though I'm like super awful at shit like that. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna try. But oh, that's so weird. YouTube be unsubscribing for no reason. But hi, Panda. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I feel like our worlds are colliding now. Panda is like the extreme chef in the little ghosties. Which, by the way, we have a Discord for those of you who want to hang out with the Twitch group. We have a Discord. It's called Little Ghosties Discord. It's actually in my bio, I believe. What the hell? Somebody wrote like words. Somebody's writing words in the sky with a plane right now. Huh? The link is in my bio on Instagram. It basically just have one giant link that you click, and it's got links to everything I'm ever on, ever. So if you go click the link in my bio, you'll literally just scroll down, and it'll say like join the Discord. And literally everyone just hangs out in there, and there's like different rooms that you can hang out in. There's like a music room and a book room. We do it all, baby. But everyone's super, super welcoming, and like no one's like rude or weird. Like everyone's super like wholesome. There's a mental health chat in there if you want to talk to other people about like how you're feeling. It's a really cool place to hang out, so highly recommend joining the Discord. What in the world? I shit you not, you guys. I really think somebody used a plane to write segs, like, you know, S-E-G-G-S, like sex, but like segs, in the sky. 6'9", S6. Watch, I'm like giving myself up to the government. Like what? Like I'm so confused. I've never seen that. That's so weird. Anyway. But yeah, I was Twitch streaming for a while. I took a break while I was doing tour because obviously Twitch streaming on a PC is like kind of important. You can't really, I don't know how to stream any other way. So my Twitch kids know that I'm like literally incompetent when it comes to using technology. So trying to stream on tour was just not happening. So I did tour and then took some time off, and I did one stream on my way back because I was having a really bad mental health day. And I just like streaming and hanging out with you guys when I'm feeling low. And that was super fun. So I'll probably get back into it. I just honestly, I haven't had a lot of time, unfortunately, which is a big fat bummer because I would love to be streaming again. But I figure bring more people in. That stuff like this is super fun. So we're going to be doing this for a little bit. Also, by the way, our noodles are getting there. Like, they're broken up, which I was nervous that they weren't going to fit, but look at, ooh, noodle pull. Yes, the amount of, look, okay, here's the thing. I, like, am a weird balance of, like, very thought through things and like extremely chaotic. I'm sure as you're getting from this whole entire stream situation. But I have a weird combination personality of like, I need to know everything and understand how everything works so that I can do it perfectly. And also like, screw it, let's do it. Which I think is the Aries energy in me. I have double fire signs in my big three, so yikes. So I learned what I needed to learn for streaming on the internet. Like I was like, okay, I can do this and I can do this. And then after that, I was like, okay, I got it. And then people would be like, hey, we can't see you. I'm like, oh, whoops. We're going to add the stuff in now, and I'm going to turn this down because I don't want the water to evaporate and then burn, because that's going to be a problem. But anyway, that's the tea. I'm excited for you guys to hear all this new music. I know we just put out a song, which, by the way, thank you so much for all of the love on that. Being a newly independent artist, I genuinely, and when I say genuinely, I mean like I was talking to my therapist about it, and I was like, I don't know if people are going to listen to the song. Like, I don't know. I have no idea if people are going to actually listen to it. I really did not think anyone was going to pay attention to the song, so the fact that so many of you did, I think we're almost at like 100-something K, is insane. So thank you very much, seriously. I'm like speechless all the time at like how insane you guys are and how fucking awesome you are. I love you guys so much. That is crazy. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited for all the new music. Like, I have so many songs like ready for you guys. We're working on artwork right now. The guy who did the artwork for We Don't Have to Die, Trevor, which if you haven't seen him, go check him out. He's super sick. You got me to stream it nonstop. I'll make up for people who don't listen. Thank you, Panda. You are a saint. The guy who did the artwork for the last song, We Don't Have to Die, is also doing the artwork for all of the other songs. So we finished up the artwork for the next single and for another body of work. And I'm super, super excited for you guys to see it. The artwork is like my favorite part because it's like I get to watch everything that was happening in my head come to life in visual form. And I can't make it visual because I'm not a visual artist. I am a sonic artist, so. Other songs, oh my God. Y'all thought I only had one? Girl, please. We do have songs on songs on songs. I'm so excited. Some of these are like songs that I have never made. Like, you're gonna hear sounds where you're like, oh shit. I didn't even know she was about that life. I've been about that life, you know? Aftermath of You better be out soon. Ooh. I mean, like, let's just say we finished the artwork for it. So, do with that what you will. Okay, this is not looking the way I really want it to, so we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna add this oil. I've added pretty much every packet thus far. I feel like we need to add the egg block. Let me show you guys what we're working with. You see it? It's just like doing much for you? Can't really tell. But we're gonna add this egg block. Look at how fucking weird this shit is. You see this? Like, what is that? Ah! But we're gonna add it in there. We're just gonna like stick it in the corner and like break it down. Bestie, Kindred Spirits on Spotify, when? You guys are gonna murder me with this song, I swear to God. This song will be on Spotify. I need to go and like do it and get it like done, TBH. I want to like properly redo it for you guys. And I know you guys are gonna be like, girl, just put it out. We just want it the way that it is, it's fine. But I wanna like get it right. I wanna like, you guys have been waiting so long for that song to be out on Spotify. I want it to be something that you hear and you're like, fuck, this is awesome. So I am trying to find the best way and the best person to produce it out so that we have like a really strong version of it. I want to recut the vocals because I think I could sing it better for you guys. So hopefully it will be out. It will definitely be out this year, so no need to freak out. And I figured out a way to put it out so that you guys got it. And I think I'm going to put it out under a different name. I have a character name called Essie that you guys know is my little nickname. If you didn't know, it's also like my Twitch nickname for like all of my video games. And I figured all the songs that I've done from TikTok that you guys are like obsessed with, that you're like, finish this one, make this a full one, I'll put on there. That way I can continue with my regular release schedule that I have for myself while also still making cool stuff for you guys too. Because like if you want it that badly, it only makes sense. This egg thing is so weird. I know, some people didn't get to go on tour, so this is an interesting thing too for all of the songs. I'm excited for you guys to hear them, those of you who haven't heard it yet, because they're all very different from each other, but also just like from stuff that I've put out before. This is gonna be like even crazier than like Thank God. Like Thank God I felt like was like vocally just like out of my comfort zone. Right till you'll hear some of the songs from tour. The song we did with the megaphone, Make Me Your Villain. Holy crapola. I think we lost... Oh, we lost fire. Here, give me a second. I was wondering why it was like... Oh, because it was off. I turned it off. Well, oops. I'm just adding in some of this... these bad boys. These are good snacks, by the way. This is taking so long. But I'm trying to do it so that we get some of the soup in there because my water to not water ratio is like pretty shitty. We're gonna add some of these bad boys in while they're frozen. It smells pretty gross. Stuck in Europe, missed the tour squad. I wish that I could go to Europe right now. I miss like traveling and stuff. But it's so like up in the air with everything at all times. Like we went home for Christmas and I was like, okay, this is gonna be chill. Like it's gonna be fine. And then literally I touched down in New York and they were like, girl, the world is falling apart again. The sky is falling. And I was like, cool, awesome. I can't win. We're gonna add some garlic to this bad boy. Honestly, I should have added the garlic. Ow, fuck. I should have added the garlic before it thawed out, because now it doesn't like pop out of the container. It's just kind of like stuck in there. I always add like a lot of garlic to most things because my dad told me once it was good for your health. I don't know. My dad also cooks with a lot of it. Ugh, I gotta turn this off. I didn't add enough water. I mean, I feel like the sauce to like noodle ratio is pretty good, but we should test it and see because I didn't even add the gochujang yet, or the gochujang. Let's see. We're gonna do it street cart style. Let's see. I'm gonna have to use my, actually, you know what? I'll just use the bowl. Bark it, it's fine. Let's see if it's any good. This looks, let me tell you guys something. The way that I'm putting this in this bowl, I'm so glad you can't see. That's what I'm concerned about, the water. I usually nail the water amount, but I'm usually right next to the sink, so I can just grab stuff as I go and be like, oh, it needs more water. I'll just add some more. But it's not, I didn't really think it through. We're gonna add some sauce here and just taste it and see what the vibes are. Let's check it out. Let me show you the vibes. It definitely could be spicier. I'll tell you that. Can't really see. There you go. I mean, it looks kind of like disgusting. So that's good. Strong. Let's try it and see. Apologies in advance for chewing sounds if you're like anti-chewing sounds. My mouth is watering. I mean, it's weird. It's weird because I mixed the flavors. Oh, there is more spice. Ooh, there's a lot of spice. Okay, wait a minute. It's actually pretty flake. It's pretty flake. It's not bad. It's not bad. Honestly, highly recommend just using one flavor. Don't mix it. The egg block, let's try, because some of it didn't break down over here. So we're just going to try it. Should I just try it as is? Let's see. Okay, the egg black is not it. Yeah, no. The egg block was not it. To be honest, the egg block, honestly, in the actual, like, sesame flavored kind, when I've made it with the egg block, just like as you're supposed to make it, it doesn't add anything to the ramen. Like, when it breaks down, it doesn't, like, add anything to your ramen. You're not like, ooh, the flavor is so good. It's also sweet. Like, make that make sense. Because I sure can't. It's also a little salty for me, which is surprising. I used to be, like, obsessed with salt, and now I, like, can't do it. But this helps with the spice. My nose is, like, running. Oh, my God. Should I make y'all a bowl? Do you want some? Honestly, I kind of crushed it. Like, for what we're working with here, it's, like, pretty good. Like, I'm not mad about it. I had got these cups from my roommates because I wanted to try some, but I think they're going to be pissed and they're just going to want an actual bowl. So I'm not even going to offer it yet. Okay. I made you a bowl. Here you go. Gobble it up, sister. Boom, boom. It would be cool to eat ramen with you guys. Maybe one day we'll do a meet and greet where we just sit around a table and eat ramen and, like, hang out. That would be fun. I would kind of low-key die for that. Ramen is literally never a thing in the UK. I actually had ramen in the UK once, and it literally gave me food poisoning. I found a random ramen place in the UK, which I know is rare. But I found a random ramen place in the UK, and it, like, actually gave me food poisoning. My manager was there with me, and he loved it. He thought it was, like, some of the best ramen he had ever had. I don't know if they use milk in their like ramen. Like this is not like ramen. Like there's like ramen like the Japanese, I think it's Japanese, the Japanese style ramen where it's like tonkatsu and all that stuff. So I went to get like ramen, and a lot of the times places will use milk in their broth to like make it taste better. And I think I fucked up and got one with milk in it because I ate it and I had the worst stomach pains on the planet. Oh my God. I like couldn't get home. I like finished eating the meal and I like immediately was like, I need to be in the bathroom for like a long time. Also notice this. Do you eat food with your tongue first or with your lips? Like I always put my tongue out to eat food. I noticed that about myself recently because weird. Do you put your like tongue out to get the food or do you put it into your mouth like a normal person? I'm gonna use these tissues that everyone saw for the last 5 minutes and blow my nose without you seeing because you don't need to see that. Tongue first? Both. Like, rarely tongue though, if I can remember. That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone's like approach to eating is so different. It's so weird. I don't know, you guys. Nose first. That's what's up. Nose eats first. Eyes eat first, to be honest. Peanut, you smell it? Peanut, you like the smells? You like the smells, Pete? Peanut's a sleepy bean this morning. You sleepy pup? Sleepy pup, sleepy pup. She's so cute. And she's sleeping on some We Don't Have to Die merch. Which, I know I sound like a broken record, but seriously, if you haven't gotten any and you want to, I highly recommend it because they are selling way faster than I thought. But we actually packed and shipped all of our first half of our orders literally the last few days ago. So you should be seeing some of those very soon if you have already ordered. I packed and shipped them myself. So can tell it be hitting different. It really does. It really does. Do y'all have any questions? But just put that everywhere else but my mouth. Y'all have any questions, by the way? I'm glad you got yours, Panda. I was so excited to pack yours. Mine doesn't come in a few days. Yeehaw! I'm excited. We're all gonna match and then we can cry. Have existential crisis is wearing. Got mine yesterday. Let's go, Lena. Trying to get more of this into my bowl and it's just not working. Where's the cooking setup, eh? You want some of this, Kay Kalin? Look at this. Not half bad, bro, right? Look at her. She do be tasty. Look at that. Highly recommend to the roommates because Kevin's in the chat now. Everybody say hi, Kevin. To come get some of this before they're gone. It's a little salty, just so you know. Because I had to combine 2 different packets, so. I'm gonna have only SB Birch to wear soon. Honestly, that's a vibe. Back in the Dizzy, I literally only wore. Oh, I'm so glad you like the no. Oh my God, not that one vine. Ah, Gordon Ramsay who? Couldn't be him, I'll tell you that. Back in the day, I literally used to only wear merch. I used to go to Hot Topic and I would buy merch from different bands. And I was playing shows then too, so I would get merch from bands because a lot of the bands at the time wouldn't pay me to play the show, but they would just give me free merch. And at the time, I was still living at home, so I was like, sick, this is awesome. And so they would give me free merch, and I literally only wore band merch for like a good, like 4 or 5 years. I had no other clothes. When I moved to LA, literally all I had was like band merch and like white t-shirts. And now I pretty much have the same thing. This is my Lala t-shirt and a sweater because honestly I'm a little warm now. It's always so cold in my house because my roommates are crackheads and they like to leave the air conditioner on, like cranked, which is hilarious because we live in Los Angeles. So it's always freezing in my house, but also I'm sitting in front of the window and it makes it so much colder in here. It's the worst. Like actually though, I'm gonna take another bite because it's honestly pretty gas. That's the worst thing, when you get like a bunch of merch and then like the artists become problematic or they get canceled. And then you're like, well, that's why you just like wait. You can sell your shit on Depop. The AC is off, bro. All right, well, it was cold this morning, okay? I'm blowing my nose again, you can't see. It's called Class, look it up. I will say, I don't know how the Koreans do it, but if you didn't know this about me, my dad is a Buddhist monk, and we used to eat like spicy soups and stuff all the time with the other Korean monks, and they would always be able to eat spicy food like kimchi jjigae, which is one of my favorite soups, and like not blow their nose. Like they would just be able to eat it like a normal person. And I'm like, how? Like, how do you do that? Anytime I eat anything spicy, even if it's not like spicy, my nose runs and I have to blow my nose. I can't do it. It's like, so it freaks me out. It's like, I don't know if it's like a sensory thing, but like the second I feel even the tiniest bit of wetness in my nostrils, I'm like, girl, bye. I'm like out. I can't do it. I don't know how they do it. I was always like, oh my God, I look like such an idiot, like blowing my nose in front of everybody. It's also like gross. Like nobody wants to see you blow your nose at like a dinner table. It's like super not respectful. So I'm like trying to avoid being disrespectful, but also like my nose is running. So I'm like doing the like dainty like, and it doesn't do anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a mess. Oh! That bite had a bunch of the sesame oil in it. That was pretty good. This is not bad. Honestly, I still highly recommend just getting the gamjatang one because that one is gas. That one and the niyoguri. If you like udon noodles, even if you don't end up using the like spice packets for udon noodles, do it. Sesame oil is the shit, dude. Retweet. Chili oil is also very tight. Kevin, my manager / roommate, just recently got a bunch of different flavored chili oils for his birthday. Very gas. Burdak or bust. Yo, here's the thing about burdak. It just like wrecks me as a person. Like, I don't know. There's that saying like hot girls have IBS, and I think it's slowly starting to give me confidence because boy oh boy is my stomach fucked. So that must mean that I'm super attractive. Or mentally unstable. Probably both. But I like can't, every time I eat burdak, I like get sick. But I am eating, it's just like really spicy. Though they have a curry one that's actually pretty good. Honestly, same. Or even when I wear my mask. Every time I wear my mask, it makes my nose run. Is that weird? Mood. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. You're super attractive, absolutely. Thanks, Panda. That's honestly been the one thing driving my confidence, because I literally have none. Except for Hot Girls Have IBS. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Thoughts on Filipino foods? I actually haven't had, as far as I know, I don't think I've actually had any. So let me know if there's anything I should get. You don't have to be ugly. Like, look, eating spicy food doesn't make you sexy. Having IBS makes you sexy. If you have severe anxiety and it makes you shit your pants 24/7, then you must be hot. That's my thought process. Or if that's what I'm telling myself. I've heard of, there's like a chicken dish, like a chicken and rice dish. I don't know the name of it, but there's a chicken and rice dish that I remember hearing about from a friend that apparently is like the end-all be-all of like Filipino foods. Adobo, yes, that's it. That is it. That is probably the only one that I've heard of and remember that I'm like supposed to try. Everyone was like, girl, you have to try this. It's so bomb. So I'm like, okay. But there was another one too that had like some questionable things in it. Not questionable, but questionable for me. Where I was like, that's bomb. You have to try. I really want to try. Y'all should find me like a banging, can I like make it at home? Is that like sacrilegious, or should I have someone Filipino make it for me? Okay. I'll have to go check out the Discord then. Because if I can make it at home, if you guys find me a recipe, I will try making it at home and see how we do. It's a potluck. That's very tight. That's really cool too. I really love like experiencing different foods from different cultures. That's like one of my favorite things to do. Oh, it's just my favorite. My parents exposed us to a lot of different types of foods when I was younger. Whoop. I wonder if my roommates are ever gonna eat this, or am I just gonna like eat the rest of it? But I'm excited for you guys to hear some of this new music. Oh boy. I'm currently trying to figure out what to do for another music video. Have you tried Singaporean foods? No. I've never had any. What should I try? I must try some. Peanut, you don't want to be in it anymore? Tell us about the song you wrote recently. Ooh, the really banging one? Oh, I'll tell you all about it. I've been trying to spend more time writing by myself, which sounds funny because I do that all the time. But when I was back in Connecticut, which if you didn't know, that's where I'm from, I only wrote by myself. I would have a guitar and I would sit there and I would just write songs over and over, like so many songs at all times. And then when I came out here, it was amazing because I was able to work with producers and other writers and like learn to like really like grow as an artist and also as a songwriter, which I think is really, really cool. But I think like anything, you get to a place where you kind of start to, at least for me, you start to kind of like lean on those people to like do it with you or for you. I planned it. I have two. I have an iPad. I posted earlier. I got to a place where I like felt like I couldn't write songs unless I was working with another person, which working with other people is totally fine. But I genuinely did not feel like I could even be like inspired or like write anything good by myself. Like anytime I would try to pick up a guitar and like try to write something, I was like, oh my God, it's awful. Like I'm only good when I'm with other people, which is obviously not true. A lot of the times when I'm writing with other people, I'm usually doing the majority of the writing anyway. So that's obviously not the case. I think I'm definitely still somebody who gets inspired by other people getting inspired, and I think that's really cool. But I really wanted to focus on just like sitting down with myself and just like writing what comes to mind and like not judging it and like letting it be shitty if it's shitty and like trying to make it better. Like that was a big goal for me. So I started doing that. I did it over Christmas break, and I wrote a song that I'm obsessed with, that I really want to get produced out. It's like one of my favorite things that I've done, and my brothers and my dad liked it. That's when you know it doesn't suck. But that song was really good. So I was like, okay, like I guess I don't like suck that bad. And I had a title for a song that I had for like a really long time, and I just thought it was really cool, but I didn't know how to like explain it. And I had a session. Hi, Brazil. I love you too. I want to come to Brazil. High key. I had a session planned with someone that I had never met before, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down for like 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna like listen to a bunch of music and then look at all of my titles. I've been doing a lot of title writing recently, which usually isn't my vibe, but a lot of the times recently I've been writing like book titles and then writing songs from those titles. So I had this title and I was like, I don't know, like it just kind of clicked. And so I sat there and I wrote the entire chorus because I was feeling a certain feeling. And I really wanted to talk about it, but I didn't know how. And it just kind of clicked into place. Like it was like, I don't know. It was like a beautiful moment when you're like, ooh, these things make sense together now. I'm ready to write this story. So I wrote the chorus and the guitar chords, and then I brought it into the session and was telling the producer about it. And he produced out like a rough version, and then I wrote the rest of the song over top, cut the vocals, and then got a really rough demo. And I was just really excited that the storyline came together, the concept came together. It wasn't something that I felt like I had to like force to make sense. And like it was like a nice moment for me where I was like, okay, like you're very capable of doing things. You should probably stop being the one person that tells you you're not. Which I think was a cool thing. So I'm really excited about that song, mainly because I got to use that title, and the concept came together, but also I'm just really proud of myself for just kind of like diving in and like, I don't know, being confident in myself. I think that's my biggest goal for this year, is to gain more confidence and not be the villain in my story. There's enough villains on this planet. I don't need to be another one. So that's my goal. So that's what I'm really excited about. And I'm excited for that song to get kind of like properly produced out and finished, and so that you guys can hear it. And also the one that I wrote at home. Those ones are going to be good. And all of the other ones that are already done that you guys get to hear. Pretty much every song that I did on tour will come out. So if you're waiting for a specific one, you will hear it. Which is going to be super sick. Sorry, Peanut. Did I wake you up? I'm sorry. Look at her. I'm sorry. Did I wake you up? Oh, sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to wake you up. She's not happy. But yeah, that's been my vibe as of recent. Thank you, Evangelia. Any horror movie recommendations? I don't watch horror movies because I am a bitch. So, can't do the horror movies. It's not my cup of tea. I wish I could. I like really want to be the girl that can like watch a horror movie and be like, this is sick. Could not. It's just not me. Since you wrote songs and read tons of books, will you ever write your own book? Absolutely. I have probably 3 or 4 book concepts that I've actually been working on for a very long time. One in particular I've been like working on, like writing the beginning and then rewriting and writing and rewriting for probably the last like 10 years. But the one thing that I can say is very difficult is I give a lot of kudos, even though we do not talk about J.K. Rowling, and Harry Potter wrote that series. People like herself and, you know, Tolkien and people who are like creating worlds, that shit's not easy. Like, it's not easy at all. You know, you create one thing and you're like, okay, I've created a world. And then you're like, what? It's gotta make sense. Like, why does it work like that? How does it work like that? Is there a reason why this character looks this way and this character doesn't? Like, is it because of the environment? Is it because of the food that they eat? Like, what kind of food do they eat? What does their environment look like? When you're creating, because I love fantasy and sci-fi so much, a lot of the books that I am working on are all sci-fi fantasy, which is super sick, but also requires very in-depth backstory work on creating the world that you're trying to create, because it doesn't exist. So I want to make sure that I am so detailed in creating it that I can put it out and you guys can be like, oh, well, what about this? And I'm like, if you read it, like, kind of like Marvel, where you can like watch a Marvel movie and there's things about one movie that make sense in another. I want it to be like that. Like, it's a world that I'm building. So that takes a really long time. So I have honestly spent most of the time, most of those years, building and rebuilding and building and rebuilding the overview of like what that world looks like, how it functions, why it functions, and then working on the characters and trying to make them make sense, because I love a tropey situation, as you guys know, but I don't want to write a book that's already been written, which is a very difficult task and also probably one that I won't nail. But I don't want my characters to be like so tropey that you're like, oh, okay. I could literally switch the names and it's like A Court of Thorns and Roses, you know what I mean? So that takes a long time. So yes, I'm working on a bunch of books. Hopefully at some point they will come out, but it's something that I'm really having a lot of fun with and a lot of difficult time with. 6th book in the series. Damn. Okay, pop off. Oh, yes, Ida. Same. It's really tough when you get lost in those tiny little details. And being somebody who's anxious and a perfectionist, I'm fully there with you. I'm the exact same way. I'm like, okay, I need this to be perfect, but also like, what if people feel like this character like is too mean? Or what if people think that this character like isn't woke enough? Or like, what if people read this and they're like, oh, yeah, but like, why do people do that? And you're like, I don't know. I don't have the answer. But I think at the end of the day, like, you've got to create something that you yourself love. That's the whole point of doing anything, really. Like, if you don't like it, why bother showing other people, you know? And I think perfection is not a thing that's attainable. It's just not real. Like, we can't get it. But I think there's a learning curve in that, where it's like we can be detail-oriented and be kind to ourselves about being detail-oriented. And when it gets too much, take a step back and be like, okay, I've been working on details of like why this flower looks the way that it does for the last like 6 hours. Let's like step back and let's work on some like character development, because realistically, when you're reading books, there's a lot of detail, but there's still a lot left to the listener and the reader to interpret for themselves. And I think that's a really important thing, as we can be super detailed, which is good, but also we have to leave room for the reader to kind of create a world of their own with the tools that we're giving them, if that makes sense. Like, everyone's version of what characters look like and what the environment looks like and what the sound of a song looks like. Like the Hunger Games song that they did, Deep in the Meadow, I think was the one, where they sang that in the book. Everyone's interpretation of what that actually sounded like on YouTube, there were so many different versions. So many different versions. People did it dark, people did it acoustic, people had it rock, people had it like ballady and really pretty and like string-like. Like, everyone's version of what that sounded like in the book was completely different. Which I think is really interesting, is making sure that you have a good amount of detail, but not so much that the reader can't create their own reality inside the book. That's the vibe we're looking for, which is super hard and not easy to do. These are cold now, by the way, and do not taste that good. But I'm gonna eat them because nothing goes to waste here. Or play violin. Music tends to inspire me and recenter me. I wish I could play violin. Violin is probably my favorite instrument. It sounds so nice. I miss the Hunger Games era. I was so young. You know, me too. Hunger Games was so tight. Do you watch Pokemon? Yes, I do. Actually, you guys can't see it right now because you would see the shit show that is my bedroom, but I literally have a desk thing over here that is just literally all Pokemon cards. Like, all Pokemon cards. I opened Pokemon cards. Not last night, the night before. I got some decent pulls, not like groundbreaking pull. Hey, oh. Relax. Oh, relax. You wanna come sit with me? Oh, you don't wanna hang out? Come here. Oh, come here. Oh. Okay. You say hi to the people? Say hi to the people? Look this way. This way. Say hello. Say hi. Say hello, people of the internet. Hello. Okay. Well, have you opened the celebration cards? They're so cool. I have opened a ton of celebration cards. We were doing those actually on tour. I got all of my bandmates to get super into Pokemon cards, and we opened a bunch of celebration cards on tour, and it was super fun. Those were really, really cool. I actually really like all of the artwork on the Japanese packs, but those are kind of hard to get depending on where you go. So I want to get more of the evolutions on the Japanese packs because I like the evolutions, like everyone else on the planet. Peanut. But anyways, I'm going to let y'all go on this one, mainly because this food is getting cold and I feel like I should probably feed my roommates, and Peanut doesn't want to be in here anymore. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today on my very first YouTube live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me completely butcher this ramen for breakfast. But I didn't burn the house down, and that's what matters. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Make sure if you're not subscribed, you should subscribe. Highly recommend if you are subscribed to click the bell in the corner of my YouTube page, and you'll get notified whenever I'm going live or doing a YouTube video. If you're busy and you are like, oh my God, I didn't know she was on. You'll know. You'll know exactly what's going on at all times. We will be putting up the How I Made Your Merch video vlog at some point next week, so you guys will get to see that. It's not going to be like a thanks so much, you don't get to see it. But I love you guys so much. Genuinely, thank you so much for all of the love on We Don't Have to Die. I'm so excited to show you guys all of the new music. Make sure you join the Discord. Yes, Panda. Make sure you join the Discord and come hang out. I drop pretty much all of the information coming out. The merch information, the music video information. Everyone in the Discord gets that before everybody else because they are the OGs. So highly recommend if you want up-to-date information. That's the place to go. I love you guys so much. Stay safe. Make sure you drink your water. Stay weird. I love you, and I will see you on the